What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Clash mini video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to go over the best Shield Maiden deck courtesy of FunX. He also gave us all of the gameplay for this video and all of the tips that you're going to hear in the video. All right, now versus Countess. The main thing you want to focus here in round number 1 is to get a Barbarian or a P.E.K.K.A. Or you can get a 1-star Barbarian, the 1st star, or the 2nd star, and you can get an Archer as well. The reason why is because you want to just do as much damage as humanly possible here with your P.E.K.K.A. or your Barbarian to really neutralize the entire army that is coming against you. The taunt from your Shield Maiden will target everything off of it, allowing your Barbarian or your P.E.K.K.A. to do damage. In round number 2, you want to focus on your P.E.K.K.A., 1-star Barbarian, the 1st star upgrade, Archer, and Dark Goblin. The reason being is because the Dark Goblin and the Barbarian are going to do a ton of damage. The P.E.K.K.A. is going to be in the back lane soaking anything that comes at you, especially the Countess, especially the miners that they usually play, or the princes as well. It'll stop everything in the back lane. And once again, your Barbarian and your P.E.K.K.A. are going to do the main damage in round number 2, hopefully being able to pick you up a win if the Shield Maiden is able to taunt everything off of you. All right, now in round number 3, you want to focus on a P.E.K.K.A., a 2-star Barbarian, the 1st and the 2nd upgrades, your Archer and your 1st star on your Dark Goblin. Once again, Dark Goblin and Barbarian are the key bread and butters on this deck. They will do the most amount of damage. You just need to protect them. That is your sole focus. Your Dark Goblin is going to do a ton of work as well in round number 3, so you need to make sure it survives as long as possible, especially when the Countess is going to come from it. The Barbarian does a lot of work, especially when it is stacked up, and that is the focus. Barbarian, once again, is the name of the game. It just absolutely decimates everything. All right, now in round number 4, P.E.K.K.A., 3-star Barbarian. The reason why you want a 3-star Barbarian is because it goes absolutely off and absolutely dominates everything. The next thing you want is an Archer, an MK, and a Dark Goblin with the 1st star. Now, you want to make sure your Archer is targeted by his Countess if you can, or you can do a P.E.K.K.A. block, which is what I suggest you do, which is what he is doing in this video right now. So the Countess goes to the P.E.K.K.A. and it won't really get too much value. Even if it is played all the way on the right side, it will go to your Archer, but then your P.E.K.K.A. will clean it up and your Barbarian will clear out the rest. In round number 5, your best start, if it does get to this, is going to be a P.E.K.K.A., a 3-star Barbarian, a Archer, an MK, and a 3-star Dark Goblin. Once again, put down a trap with a P.E.K.K.A. so the Countess goes to the P.E.K.K.A., and then the P.E.K.K.A. decimates the Countess, as your Archer and your Dark Goblin are going to be able to free hit and decimate everything. This is a huge value deck, and it absolutely decimates Countess and Archer Queen and does pretty good versus Barb King as well. All right, Shield Maiden versus Archer Queen. In this first round, you want to try to focus on getting a P.E.K.K.A. and an Archer. Or you can also opt to go for a 1-star Archer and a Barbarian. The reason being is because you have a hard counter in this matchup. So what you want to do is you want to have your Archer target his Archer Queen and your Shield Maiden just honestly put up its shield and let the Archer Queen decimate itself by hitting your Shield Maiden. Round 1 not super important versus Archer Queen players because you have the hard counter. Now, going into round 2, what you want to focus on is getting a 2-star Archer, the 1st upgrade and the 3rd upgrade, a P.E.K.K.A. and a Barbarian. The reason being is because the P.E.K.K.A. and the Barbarian are just going to tank with your Shield Maiden as the Archer decimates the back line, targeting 2 units. Hopefully, it should hit the Archer Queen here, and you will get massive value. The Shield Maiden, all it needs to do is be in front, so when it shields up faster, the faster it shields up, the better it is, and the Archer Queen will hit the Shield Maiden and absolutely kill itself because you have an Archer in the back line also hitting it. Absolute value there with your Archer and the Shield Maiden in round 2. In round 3, here is the big thing in round number 3. You want to get an MK, a Barbarian, a P.E.K.K.A., a 3-star Archer, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd star abilities. The reason why is because you want massive value here from your front line. The Shield Maiden, the P.E.K.K.A., and the Mega Knight are going to tank for the Archer Queen when it hits everything. It's going to protect your main focus here, and your main focus is your archer just doing as much damage as possible to his back line. The Shield Maiden is going to shield up, and the Archer Queen is just going to fall. If the match so happens to go to round 4 versus Archer Queen, MK, P.E.K.K.A, Barb, 3-star Archer, and a Dark Goblin is your best setup for round 4. And if it goes to round 5, MK, P.E.K.K.A, 1-star Barb, the 1st-star ability. I also like the 2nd-star ability as well. It's kind of personal preference. 3-star Archer, 2-star Dark Gob, the 1st and the 3rd ability. All right, now let's go into a Barb King player. The main focus in round number 1 versus a Barb King player is to get out a P.E.K.K.A and a Barbarian. Your Barbarian is your main focus in this round 1 matchup because the moment it starts going off, because your Shield Maiden taunts everything off of it, it will just absolutely decimate everything and it will pick up the victory by itself. All right, now in round number 2, you want to mainly focus on your 2-star Barbarian, the 1st upgrade and the 2nd upgrade, a P.E.K.K.A, Archer, or you can go a Barb, P.E.K.K.A, 1-star Dark Goblin, the 1st-star ability on the Dark Goblin. Pretty much what you mainly want to do versus a Barb King player is just to get out as much damage as humanly possible first. Either you're doing damage with your Dark Goblin or you're doing damage with your Barbarian. The P.E.K.K.A is going to be in the back line just soaking out damage and stopping miners and princes that are going to go back. In round 3, the main thing you want to focus on right now is to get your 3-star Barbarian out, get your P.E.K.K.A out, get an MK, and get an Archer. This is very, very crucial. Your Barbarian will just absolutely chow through his entire army and easily just win you the match just right there. Obviously, if you can't get a 3-star Barbarian, it's not the end of the world. 2-star Barbarian and a P.E.K.K.A and an MK, you can make it work, but you have to mainly focus on just keeping your Barbarian alive for as long as possible because that is the bread and butter of this deck. In round number 4, hopefully you have your 3-star Barbarian at this point. You want to now get a P.E.K.K.A, an MK, an Archer, and a 1-star Dark Goblin, the 1st star. The main thing about this right now is get your P.E.K.K.A in the back lane to stop his Prince and to stop his Miner, and also to get your MK to make sure he tanks instead of your Barbarian from all of the damage that is going to happen. Now, your Barbarian is the main focus here, and he will just completely go off and neutralize their entire army. The moment it starts stacking up, the more damage it does. So that is your focus. Make sure your Barbarian is the focal point of the deck. All right, and if it happens to get to round number 5, 3-star Barbarian, you want a P.E.K.K.A, an MK, an Archer, and a 3-star Dark Goblin. You want to make sure your P.E.K.K.A is in the back, soaking the damage from the Prince and from the Miner, and the Dark Goblin is just going to completely go off and do massive damage in round 5, and so is your Barbarian. The Archer is going to be there just to do a little bit of damage as well, but let me tell you, the P.E.K.K.A and the MK are going to do work. The MK is going to shield the Barbarian from doing a lot of damage, allowing time for your Shield Maiden to taunt, and then your Dark Goblin and Barbarian are going to clear out everything else. And now I'm going to quickly go over the Shield Maiden versus the Shield Maiden matchup. On the screen, you're going to see the best starting hands for round 1 through 5. Round 1, you want a P.E.K.K.A and an Archer. Round 2, you want a P.E.K.K.A, a 1-star Archer, and an MK. Round 3, you want a P.E.K.K.A, 2-star Archer, 1st and the 3rd stars, MK, and Barbarian. Round 4, you want a P.E.K.K.A, 1st star, 3-star Archer, MK, and Barbarian. And round 5, you want a P.E.K.K.A 1st star, 3-star Archer, MK, and a 1st star Dark Goblin, getting rid of your Barbarian. The reason why is you really don't want too many Barbarians in this. You don't want too many Dark Goblins, because what will happen is once the Shield Maiden shields up and taunts, they are just going to eliminate themselves by hitting the Shield Maiden. That is why your P.E.K.K.A is your main damage dealer here, and so is your Archer, because the Archer will nuke down the backline, and the MK just has so much health and attacks pretty slow, so it won't kill itself on the Shield Maiden. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you so much, Funix, for giving me all of the tips and gameplay for this video as well. If you guys are enjoying the Clash Mini content on the channel, please hit a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and I will see you guys next time.